is Jaden Mason. I'm currently the team captain of Ubernat and co-captain of the AHS Cowboys team. I've been involved in Relay for Life since I met my best friend, Natalie Lopak, in 2012. Her journey began early in her life, at 8 months old in 2003, when she had a small ear infection. They ran tests and found out that she had retinoblastoma in her right eye. Luckily, the treatment was brief, and she got surgery in Philly and got the whole tumor out. They replaced her eye with a glass one, and the doctors thought they got all the cancer out. She was cancer-free for about 10 years, living like nothing even happened. In 2012, when she first moved around the block from me, she experienced an odd knee pain in her right knee. It turned out she got a secondary cancer, osteosarcoma, in her leg. This was just the beginning of an extremely long journey. They replaced her whole knee without amputating and were able to keep it functional so Natalie could have the most normal childhood as possible. Natalie went through several rounds of chemo, surgeries, and physical therapy for a very long time, and to have an almost perfectly functioning leg and 7 months free from cancer. Throughout all of this, Natalie would always have a smile on her face. It didn't matter how much pain she was dealing with, she always stayed positive and helped others before herself. She was selfless and a true inspiration to everyone she met. During her treatments, she always had a stuffed polar bear named Gus. Gus was there since her very first surgery all the way to the very end. He represents hope and strength, so if you see him on our shirts, that's what he symbolizes. In January 2015, Natalie went in for scans and they found that the cancer relapsed to both of her lungs. She underwent a number of surgeries along with a lot of chemo at Columbia Presbyterian in New York City towards the end of 2015 and 2016. She also attempted a clinical trial in Florida to try to shrink the tumors in her lungs, but was unsuccessful. In 2016, the cancer progressed to her skull lining and brain, along with more in both of her lungs. She went for treatment in Ohio and Boston in an attempt to find something that would work. She tried heating the tumors, freezing the tumors, gamma knife, radiation, more chemo, holistic treatments, anything you can think of, but none were successful. She had several surgeries and more chemo, but nothing worked out. Osteosarcoma slowly took my best friend away from me. As 2016 progressed, her cancer spread to her right hip, thigh, and shin, along with more lesions in her lungs and head. In May 2016, there was nothing left. There was no treatment or trial she did not have from holistic to clinical. On September 14th, 2017, cancer took my best friend. When I found out that I had lost a girl I did everything with, I was shocked. Although I lost the best thing in my life, I know she isn't suffering anymore. Even in her darkest hours, Natalie was always optimistic, and watching her slowly fade away was the hardest thing I've ever experienced. She definitely taught me to never give up hope. Her outlook on life was so positive, I don't know how she did it. I am proud to say that this year's Relay for Life is dedicated to Natalie. She always loved Relay and was a true part of the Relay community. She'd be proud to see you all here tonight. Thank you.